Hope springs eternal, I suppose. I was so disappointed when I realized it was only my nephew.
Well, I just think it's awful of Drew to throw his son out of the house. Parents should never throw their children out of the house.
My brother can be very hot-headed when he wants to be, but he really didn't throw Marshall out. Marshall just came over to my house while his daddy cooled off. I adore Marshall. We stayed up half the night talking last night.
Well, that's it. Are you ready to see the new Shelby Latchery?
I don't know.
Well, you're gonna have to sooner or later. Our world is full of reflective surfaces.
I can't believe I'm getting so worked up over something as silly as a haircut.
You look precious.
Okay, I'm ready. Oh gosh, it's so weird.
I did what you wanted, didn't I, honey?
Yes, I didn't mean it, of course. You did a beautiful job. I've never had short hair, that's all.
Well, this is what we Cosmo girls call rite of passage.
I'm sorry, I'm being so ridiculous.
Oh, honey, please don't cry because you know I will too. I have strict policy that no one cries alone in my presence.
Ladies, please. Remind me to never take these two to see Dark Victory. They'd never survive.
Enough. I love my hair.
Whew. My artistic nature is so relieved. It's very becoming. I guess with that baby, you'll have time to spend hours fussing with your hair. You can run your fingers through and go.
It's totally adorable. Your mother's gonna love it.
Mama's gonna freak out. She just thinks I'm getting a trim. I wasn't up to a big debate with her this morning. Now, Truth, let's do my nails.
This is a treat. No one around here ever wants a manicure. Why, I don't even know what to charge for a full day of beauty.
I want the works. I want to feel completely pampered today. Mama's gonna want a manicure too.
Well, I'm going to paint my front door red and change my name to Elizabeth Arden.
Manicures, saucy new hairdos, what's going on?
We're always up to something, you know that.
Amen. Amen. I know, I'm out of,
Is it still next to...
no, it's over the,
Oh, okay. Was she praying?
yes.
Why?
I mean, maybe she was praying for Marshall and Drew and Belle. Maybe she was praying for us because we were gossiping. Maybe she was praying because the elastic shot in her pantyhose. Who knows? She prays at the drop of a hat these days.
How long has she been this way?
Ever since Mardi Gras. She had her choice of going to a Bible weekend with her Sunday school class or to New Orleans with me and two other sinners. She left that Friday a pleasant, well-adjusted young lady and returned on Tuesday a Christian.
What does her boyfriend say?
Sam is so confused, he doesn't know whether to scratch his watch or wind his butt. He's crazy about her. He says he could deal with another man in her life, but he has trouble with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Well, I'm pretty religious, but that stuff makes me feel kind of creepy.
Well, I'm torn. I've got two sons that I'm convinced are going to, well, and a semi-daughter who strives to be the kind of girl Jesus will bring home to Mama. I don't know what to think. I don't understand those people, but they sometimes seem to have a peace about them that I've just never had. Maybe I'm jealous.
Morning.
Morning, Weezer.
What's so funny? Miss Clary was just telling us the true story of track lightning.
I love mine. It highlights my new artwork.
Since when do you have track lighting?
About 3 weeks. It's in my foyer and up the stairs. It was my grandson's idea.
I haven't seen him in ages. How is he?
Fine. I brought you all some tomatoes. First of the season. I didn't expect to see you in town, Shelby.
Well, I'm here.
Well, here, take some tomatoes back home with you. There's plenty. Boy, your hair's short. Looks good.
Thank you, Miss Weezer. Jack Jr. loves tomatoes. He smears them on the cafe curtains in the kitchen.
Your mama says you become an incredible boy makeup.
I try. When we first married, all Jackson wanted was meat and potatoes and vegetables, just the way his mama made them. Cooked too much. But I've broken him out of that. I even got some pate down
sooner this body wears out, the better off I'll be. I get enough trouble putting enough grease into my diet.
Then why do you grow them?
I'm an old Southern woman. I'm supposed to put on funny-looking hats and ugly old dresses and grow vegetables in the dirt. Don't ask me why. I don't make up the rules.
You should get some gloves. Your hands look like a couple of T-bone steaks.
Health is the most important thing, Miss Weezer. Trust me on this.
And while I have everyone's attention, this morning I went to my mailbox and found that someone has put me on the mailing list for the Riverview Baptist Church. Lucky me. I'm now receiving chain letters from Christ.
They aren't chain letters. They're part of my prayer group's Reach Out and Touch project. We were supposed to write somebody in the community that we thought might be in spiritual trouble and invite them to worship. I guess you made up one list.
I think it is in the most worst possible taste to pray for perfect strangers.
Reach out to Lisa and you'll pull back a bloody stump. Shelby, I just realized you saved me a phone call. Next Friday, Sis Orell and I are driving up to Monroe. We'd like to take you and Jackson to dinner if we may.
I can't Friday night. I'm sorry. What's the occasion?
This is gonna sound a little silly, but we're coming up to go to the play. We have tickets to the play.
I didn't know you went to see anything that didn't have a goalpost at either end of it.
Well, up to now I haven't, but Sis and I decided at bridge one day that we needed to keep up. We wanted to expose ourselves to a little more culture, and that's not easy to come by in this neck of the woods.
Exactly what are you exposing yourselves to?
I don't know. Something. The last thing we saw there was pretty good. It was Shakespeare. I'll admit, I was a little apprehensive at first, but you know what? When you get right down to it, he writes pretty straightforward stuff. I have to admit. When they hide behind curtains and put little masks in their faces of poor people, that got kind of silly. Sis fell for it, but I didn't.
Sis Orell is so dumb she thinks Sherlock Holmes is a subdivision.
Anyways, Sis and I like it so much, we're planning a theater trip to New York.
New York? Oh, Larry, I'm green with envy. Promise me you'll go to the first floor of Bloomingdale's and come back and tell me everything. Women's Day says it's impossible to walk through there and not get made up.
We're just talking. I'm scared to death of getting on a plane.
It's a piece of cake. You're safer flying than you are in a car. Just sit in the rear. That's the best place to survive a crash.
Miss Weezer, why don't you go to Monroe with Miss Clary?
I am not exposing myself to anything.
You should broaden your horizons.
You broaden your horizons your way and I'll broaden my horizons my way. I have plans next Friday. I'm going to Shreveport to have my colors done.
Your what?
I'm getting my colors done. I'm going to find out if I'm a summer, spring, fall, or winter. It's a present from Owen.
What are you talking about?
Every person has a particular coloring, a summer, spring, and so on. You determine what season you are, then what colors look best on you. Then you're given samples of the colors that are best in your palette. It's most helpful when you're shopping for clothes. It gives you fashion courage.
That is the stupidest thing I have ever heard of.
It's all the rage.
A lot of my friends in Monroe had it done.
There's a quiz on that very topic in that family circle over there. I mean, the epitome of winter.
Shelby, you should go have it done. You're so fashion conscious.
No, I'm scared to. I might find out that pink is not in my palette, and I don't think I can live with that.
I have heard it all. Well, I'm going to the theater. I'm going to support the arts in that area.
I'll write a check. I'll support art. I just don't want to see it.
It wouldn't hurt you, you know.
Let's get one thing straight. I don't see plays because I can nap at home for free. I don't see movies because they're all trash and full of naked people. And I don't read books because if they're any good, they'll be made into a miniseries.
I'm surprised you and Daddy don't get along any better than you do, Miss Weezer. How are things with Owen? I try to check up on you, but I haven't been able to lately.
They're all right. I enjoy his company on occasion.
I can report that the Sherwood Florist delivery truck stops by her house at least twice a week.
He knows I like fresh flowers.
And I can report that his strange car is parked in her garage at least once a week.
There, my secret's out. I'm having an affair with a Mercedes-Benz.
Weezer, forgive me. I have been dying to ask you Are you and Owen, you know?
Wait. I have to get a mental picture of this.
A dirty mind is a terrible thing to waste. Not that if it's anyone's business, but no, we are friends. He would like more. I'm dealing with that. But I'm old and set in my ways.
You are playing hard to get.
At her age, she should be playing beat the clock. She's just like her old dog, both have trouble with the new tricks.
No trash talking in my shop.
I can't help it if men find me desirable.
Sheldon, when are you gonna bring that baby of yours on by?
Oh, I brought a picture of him. Let me show you.
Has he gained any weight?
He's about 15 pounds now.
He is a tiny thing.
He only weighed 1.5 pounds when he was born, but he'll catch up. Give him time.
This is hot. Boy, those are some anxious hours, weren't they? We didn't know who to worry about the most. You or that baby.
I certainly wouldn't recommend having a baby 3 months premature.
I get upset just thinking about it.
Then let's don't. Yep, Jack Jr. is a little fighter, and he's gonna wear me out. I wish I knew where he gets all that energy.
Well, don't try to do it all yourself. You get that husband of yours to help. They're supposed to be helping out in this day and age.
He helps, I guess. Mama doesn't think he does, but he does. Sometimes. When he thinks about it, which isn't often. Most of the time he doesn't, and every weekend he's off hunting.
Oh. But Jackson certainly is a good provider.
Yes, that's true.
And he'll come around. And when he does, I want you to run and tell me how he accomplished it. And I'll get to work on that sofa slug I'm married to.
This one's pretty.
I thought so. Private Passion is my favorite. It's luscious without being sleazy. Now ladies, next Saturday we're gonna have to make some time adjustments. I'm gonna be here all by my lonesome. Anel's taking a well-deserved vacation.
That's nice. Are you taking a trip?
Yes, I am.
Well, aren't you going to tell us where you're going?
No.
Please, Anel. I don't know how I get through this week without knowing this information. You'll just make fun. Anel, you know I just love it when you go on and on about your spiritual growth. I just can't get enough.
She has a very nice little trip planned to Camp Crossroads in those Ozarks.
I don't believe I've ever heard of a Camp Crossroads.
It's in the middle of Arkansas. It's a Christian camp. There's just cabins, a chapel, a dining hall, in the middle of the mountains with a lake. I'll spend a week in Bible study, prayer, and meditation. You're in the middle of nature, surrounded by the beauty of the Lord.
Are there water beds?
Weezer, leave her alone.
What? I'm just trying to find out more about Camp Cross-Eyed. I might want to go.
That's a laugh. You've never done a religious thing in your life.
That's not true. When I was in school, a bunch of my friends and I would dress up as nuns and go bar hopping.
Is your boyfriend going with you?
No, he said he'd rather eat dirt.
Well, I'm going to check up on my granddaughter and make sure she's still going to the Episcopal Church. This born-again process is awfully tedious.
I don't mean to hurt you by saying this, Miss Weezer, but I worry about your faith sometimes.
My faith is fine. It's my hair that needs the most work.
Weezer, one of these days someone is going to cut the feet out of your stockings.
Weezer, you no shame?
That's all right, Trudy. I love Miss Weezer. I pray for her every day. Sometimes twice.
Morning, everybody.
She'll be.
Mama, please don't say anything. I like you. It'll be so much easier to deal with. Oh, honey, bless your heart. It'll dry so quick. All I have to do is run my fingers through it. The last time you had short hair was kindergarten. I know. I decided today that I'm going to get my hair all cut off in between 5 years.
I love it. I do.
It's not too perky, is it?
It looks great. How are you doing?
Fine, Mama. How are you?
Just fine. Here, I brought you a goodie. You can open it later.
And then, it must be nice having your entire family home this weekend.
It's rare indeed, but it has been very nice. Any special reason? Just to get together. Last week was our anniversary.
Why didn't you say something to remind me? I would have baked you something. Drum loves my nut surprise cake.
We've never considered a major occasion before.
Which one is it?
30th.
Ooh, that's a big one. What is the 30th anniversary?
How do you mean?
You know, first is paper, 20th is China, 25th is silver, 30th must be
Valium?
Now, what would drug safety hurt me say that?
Nothing. He doesn't have any idea what Valium is. The man prides himself on never having any tension, which is amazing considering the amount he's created over the years. Listen to me. I've got to stop taking pot shots at Drum all the time. He's a good man. He's crazy, but he's a good man.
He seems to be behaving himself lately. He was most civil in the Piggly Wiggly yesterday. I was caught off guard and smiled before I could help myself.
The most bizarre thing has happened. Drum and I seem to be rediscovering those things that brought us together in the first place. I don't know if we buried them or became blind to them. Used to be. Thought of our pets being romantic and me and my brother stomachs. But it's actually very sweet. It's been a lovely week. Every now and then, Drum and I seem to have these moments of magic. I don't know. I don't know if I'm lucky to have what I have or lucky to know what I have.
That's too deep for me. I have to go get my tires rotated.
Miss Weezer. Malin, maybe you should write a romance novel based on your recent experiences. I can help you with the dirty parts.
No one would believe it. Shelby, you look a little pale. I'm fine, Mama. How are you?
Well, ladies, if you're out and about this afternoon, stop by the Dixie Plaza Shopping Center. The radio station is sponsoring a summer fiesta with lots of prizes and a live band. They call themselves Single Bullet Theory.
Shelby? What have you done to yourself?
Oh, it doesn't hurt.
What have you been doing? Have you seen this, Malin?
Yes, I have. The doctor's just been trying to strengthen my veins. They're in terrible shape.
It looks like you've been driving nails into your arms. What's going on here?
Shall we tell them, Mama? I guess so. There's no point keeping it a secret any longer. Shelby's been driving nails into her arms.
Let's be serious.
It's my dialysis.
What?
Dialysis. It's when...
I know what it is.
Please, tell us what's going on, honey.
It's not any big thing. No big thing. Well, don't look at me like that.
How long have you been doing this dialysis?
A couple of months.
Mary Lynn Eaton, I am without words. What haven't I been told?
There was no point. Sometimes you don't want to talk about things. What would have been the point? There's nothing you could do about it.
We could have done something.
I can't believe you didn't say anything. This is selfish. This is very selfish of you.
Hold it. You're all talking like this is something.
This isn't something?
Having Jack Jr. put too much strain on my kidneys and now they're kaput, that's all. The doctor said this would probably happen.
That's all. That's all she says.
I'm responding beautifully to dialysis. Do I look bad?
You look beautiful. But, well, maybe you'll let us in on what's going to happen.
Do you do this dialysis forever?
I could, I suppose. But that's not real convenient when you're trying to keep up with a 15-month-old ball of fire. So I'll just have a kidney transplant and I'll be fine.
Is it that easy?
Sure, they do them all the time in Shreveport, 3 or 4 a week.
They do. Our Sunday school class was praying for one just the other day.
But the hard part is finding the kidney, isn't it?
I saw something about it on the news the other day. It's so dramatic. These medical teams fly all over the place, taking hearts and kidneys, who knows what else. And you know the thing that impressed me the most? They carry those organs in beer coolers. Stop. I would not lie in a moment of serious of this. Those doctors take out their six-packs, throw in some dry ice in the heart, and get on the plane.
She's right.
But you never know when one will pop up, do you?
No, I'm registered in the nationwide transplant computer.
How long do you have to wait?
There are people at dialysis that have been waiting for years.
That must be agony.
I suppose. But I'm lucky. I don't have to wait anymore. Mama's gonna give me one of her kidneys.
No, when?
We check in tomorrow morning.
You are giving Shelby a kidney tomorrow, and you haven't even mentioned it?
Truby, please do my hair. I'm in a bit of a rush.
I never thought there'd ever be a time her word to fail me, but I think this is it.
Why didn't you tell us?
We just told you. We all just got tested last week and I'm the closest match.
What do you mean match?
There are 4 categories for an organ match. I match Swimsuit, evening gown, talent, and personality interview.
I'm a Yankee, bald-headed, smarty.
We're very upset here.
I passed upset a long time ago.
I'm sorry, that's Tommy's joke. I think it's very funny.
Well, no wonder your whole family's in town.
I'm just so relieved it was me. The boys are young. I would never want them to go through with it. And who would want one of drums being old organs? But with all the tests and stuff, I found out that I have the constitution of someone 10 years younger. How about that? It must be so painful.
Not really for me. My operation's simple. Mama's is awful. They basically have to saw her in half to get the kidney. It's major surgery.
Hold on. They have to saw you in half?
They do it on the Circus of the Stars all the time.
This is no laughing matter.
Trust me, Miss Clary, there have been more than enough tears.
It'll make my waist smaller. They take my bottom ribs out to get my kidney out.
Cher had her ribs taken out for a smaller waist.
Please, that woman's out of her mind.
Look, Shelby, I know earlier this morning I said I'd be better off when my body wears out. I didn't mean that. You know better not to pay any attention to anything I say.
Miss Weezer, forget it.
Well, I'm a terrible person.
No, you're not, Weezer. You give your dog a kidney if he needed one.
Absolutely.
But you two seem so calm and collected.
I'm happy. Look at the opportunity I have. Most mothers only get the chance to give their child life once. I get the chance to do it twice. I think it's neat. And Shelby needs her help to chase after that rambunctious kid of hers. I've got 2 kidneys. I only need 1. I'm just glad we can get it everywhere before it gets too hot out.
Ain't that the truth?
I'm going to postpone my vacation a day so I can sit with your husband during the operation. I can run go get Coca-Colas and things.
That's sweet of you, but don't change your plans.
And we'll make sure Drum has enough food.
Yes, you must put your house out of your mind. We'll take care of everything.
I appreciate that, and I know Drum does too.
Malin, you are brave. You are brave. You know, if I didn't know any better, Shelby, I would have never guessed that you've been sick a day in your life.
That is the biggest compliment anyone has ever paid me.
Poor Shelby.
Don't say that. I have my baby. I'm very happy. If this is part of the price I have to pay, then I have to pay it. I can deal with it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, someone has a present to open.
Ooh, is that for me?
Only if you can wear a size 4.
Well, I can take it in.
Mom, would you?
Sure. It's just a little something I picked up. It was on sale, truthfully.
Ladies, do I look fabulous or what?
God bless you, Shelby.
You're gonna be the fastest girl in that hospital.
Well, what about me?
You ladies better come visit us.
I'll be right by your side when you wake up. Yours too, Malin. I'll manage it somehow.
And I'll keep Drum calm during the operation.
We're in such good hands. Mom, you're going to be a while, so I'm going back to the house and spend some time with Daddy.
Good. Drum's not taking this very well. He gets so emotional over the least little thing.
Truvy, this is probably going to gross you out, but can I have my hair? Is that too repulsive?
People do it all the time.
I've had it for so long. I guess it represents an era or something.
Honey, your nails. I'll put it in a box and give it to your mama.
I love you all.